Hello and welcome. You are now looking at Thinkific.com, and Thinkific is a course creation platform that will allow you to sell your expertise in the form of digital courses. The platform is a total course management system, allowing you to upload the content, allowing you to host the content, and allowing you to deliver the content all from their platform. The platform is supported by a full staff of individuals, as well as a Facebook group. It's staffed by 100 employees in 15 different countries. The platform allows you to start for free in terms of a 30-day trial. However, you can start at the lowest level at $39 as of the recording of this video on a monthly basis, $79, which is their middle tier plan, again as of the recording of this video, and then $399 as of the recording of this video. A credit card is required for the 30-day trial. You will be processing payments through a system administered by Thinkific. And of course, third-party fees will go along with that, in addition to your site course fees. Lastly, in terms of fees, there is a difference if you choose to pay monthly as opposed to paying annually. Naturally, the fees are lower if you pay annually. The fees are higher if you choose to pay month to month. Thinkific does have an add-on plan to the Pro plan that allows you to get additional features based on the number of students that you have. And those features are available on their website, and so you'll want to make sure that you understand those fees before you determine if you're going to need them while using the platform. So what we are going to do is we're going to start with the features of the Pro plan, and we're going to start with the 30-day trial. And we are going to do that from the pricing page. So we're going to click this button that says Start My 30-Day Free Trial. We're now going to create our account and choose a password. And as is typical, Thinkific is going to ask you to answer some questions. You're then going to click Continue. You're then going to be given access to a platform wizard. And we will pick it up from that point in the next video. Welcome back. Now, Thinkific does suggest that you go through their wizard in order to build your course. However, what we want to do first is we want to look at the settings area. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this link that says Settings. And what you'll notice here is that your school, which is where your courses will be housed, has a site address. And that site address is grayed out. However, you can click this link in order to change that site URL. We're going to click that link. And basically what you can do here is you can add in a custom URL or edit your existing URL. We're going to click Edit URL. And what we're now going to do is we're going to change our Thinkific URL. Once we do that, we can then click Save. We're then going to click Confirm. Our site URL is now changed. If we were to go to that URL on the web, we would see that it is already available. Now you'll notice here that on the URL, it recognizes you, the creator, and so this is going to look differently to the potential students or customers that you have. For example, if we were to go to the URL in a private browser, you'll see what a potential student not already assigned to your school will see. Now your school will give you the ability to send emails from Thinkific, and so you're going to have an email where you want people to reply as well as your support email. If you want to change these emails, you're going to do that here. Now prior to setting up these emails, you're going to want to make sure that these emails are already set up inside of the control panel of your website. It means then that once you're inside of your control panel, what you'll want to do is to create another email and then click Create. Once you have the appropriate email, you can then start to use your emails inside of Thinkific. That means then that in this section, we can then click Save. There are two additional features here, both of which may require a higher plan if this is what you want to do. You do have an SSL certificate with your account if you have the middle tier paid plan. You can also remove Thinkific branding if you upgrade from that plan. As of the recording of this video, there's a streamlined checkout test. You can opt into the test if you like. Now you can modify the text as it appears on your site, and you can customize all of these areas here inside of Thinkific. Now it's very likely that what you'll want to do is you'll want to take a look at how your site looks once you begin creating courses, unless you already know what your brand needs in terms of text. We've now completed our site settings. What we're going to do is stop the video here, and we're going to pick it up from the Learning Content settings. Welcome back. What we're now going to do is we're going to head to our Learning Content tab inside of the settings. And you'll see here that you can give your students a different experience if you want. What you can do is you can switch to a dark theme, which is going to be light text on a dark background. So for example, if we were to click this link and then we were to save the new theme, this would then change the look and feel of our course player. Now if you look at the default setting for the dark theme, you'll see if you use the default setting on the dark theme that you have a black or dark background for the video. What would happen though if we clicked on the light theme and then we saved it? What we're now going to do is go back to our player. We're going to refresh it. And so what we'll do now is we'll click F5. And you'll see here that the theme is now going to be light, and there's a light background for the video. And you can make further changes to the course player. So for example, we can change the primary color to the course player. We want to have something closer to the brand, and we can also change the course player font. And click Save. And if you want to see your changes, you can come back to your course preview, you can F5, and then you can then see the changes. You can add in a course logo. We're just going to upload an image here in this area. We then have our logo. And we can come back to our course player and then F5. You'll then see your logo here at the top. You'll want to set your language. You can allow your students to override the language settings for their own native language. And then you can modify text inside of your player here in this area. Another tab over is going to be Orders and Accounts. We can give our students alternatives to sign in. We can also have them agree to our privacy policy and our terms of service. If you already have this language, it's a good idea to include it. If you want to add in custom sign-up fields in order for you to collect more information, you can do that. And then you can have the order ID for your customers here in this area. You can start your numbers at a specific point. And once again, you can modify the text in the orders area. You can add in custom code in the footer, other custom code or signing tracking codes, or anything that you want to use to track your activity. You can do it here in this area, and you can also connect to Thinkific's API in order to do custom integrations. Welcome back. Now typically once you go through the settings features and you come back to your wizard, you'll find that you have already completed some of the steps. What we're going to do now is we're going to click Manage Learning Content. We're then going to click Courses. When you come here, you'll typically see that there's a course that's already set up for you. What we're going to do is we're going to go inside of that course. And once we get there, we're going to go to the settings, and we're then going to delete that course. Now you can delete any course where you don't have students that have already enrolled. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click Delete this course. And then we won't have any courses. And we can now start this process from the beginning. What we are going to do is click Add New Course. Now Thinkific does give you some pre-planned templates. Blank, a pre-sell, a mini course, flagship course, webinar replay, or a membership resource library. And all of these are different settings and templates you can use for different purposes. Now for the sake of this video, we are going to choose to work with a blank course. And we're going to write in now the name of that course. What we're now going to do is click Create Course. We can start the process by adding in a specific chapter for our specific content. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to click Add Chapter. And what we're now going to do is we're going to click inside of this dialog box and add a chapter. We're then going to click Save. We now have a chapter. Now typically what you're going to have to do is once you upload content to a specific chapter or to a course, it's automatically going to go to published unless you specify. So in this case, what we can do is we can specify that new lessons are set to draft by default. What we're now going to do is we're going to import videos into our course. And to do that, we're going to use the bulk importer. And what we're then going to do is click this Select Files so that we can grab multiple files at the same time. And we can then begin uploading the videos to our course area. What we can now do is use the drag and drop feature to reorder the courses. So for example, we can just grab the courses and to move them into their proper place. And then your courses will be ordered. If you need to add additional content to that chapter, you can use the file selector associated with that chapter. You'll notice that if you add additional chapters, they'll all have their own file selector. And once you've done that, you can go to this area to preview your course. You can either look at the courseware as all course lessons or as an enrolled student. We are going to click as an enrolled student. And you can see all the results of your changes in this preview. Now we're going to stop the video right here and we're going to pick it up from the next tab over, which are your course settings. Welcome back. What we're now going to do is to head to the Settings tab. And this is where if you're going to change the name of your course, you can do it. And with every change you make, you're going to click Save. You are going to be given a specific course URL. Now you can use this dialog box to customize that course URL. And once again, you'll then click Save. You can determine that this course is going to be either private or hidden. Now private means that the course is public. However, individuals are going to have to request access in order to enroll. That means then they won't even be able to pay to get access. A hidden course means that it will not appear on your course website. It's only accessible if you make it available to other people. Now if your course is text-based, you can make it so that it's difficult for people to copy and paste the text from your course site into their word processor. And once again, if you don't have any students enrolled and you want to delete the course altogether, you can do that from this button. We're now going to click Save. You're going to have some other settings here on the left side menu. We're going to click Course Image and Description. And you can give your course a specific image. And the suggested dimensions are going to be 760 by 420. You can use a program like Canva in order to create a course image with specific dimensions. Once you do that, of course, you're going to need to change your course description. You're then going to click Save. You'll then be able to change the course player appearance. And of course, this is something that we did in a previous video. You can also customize your course progress and completion. You can determine if you want videos to autoplay. Then click Save. If you want to show people how much they have completed of your course, you can customize it. If you want to have chapter completion, you can then customize this in this area. If you want to have course completion certificates, you can customize them here in this area, and you can have a custom completion page. Now just so that you'll note, you are going to need to have HTML in order to have a custom completion page. What we're now going to do is we're going to head over to the code area. And if you have page footer code, you can place that HTML code here in this area. You can also use Thinkific variable code. So for example, you can use these variables here and place them in your page footer. You can then click Save. You can then customize your admin area. If you have someone administering your course, you can add that individual here. If you have revenue partners, you can assign them here in this area. You can assign your affiliates here in this area. We're now going to go to the SEO area. What you can do here is you can write in a title if you already have one optimized. You can also write in an optimized description as well as course keywords and write them here in this area. And that will complete your course settings. Welcome back. Now that we have looked at our individual course settings, and before we move on to the other elements of managing your course, we are going to take what looks like a step backwards, and we're going to go to the Curriculum tab. And we already have curriculum that we have uploaded via video. And what we can do is we can choose a chapter or a lesson in order for us to customize. So in this particular case, we're going to look at customizing a particular chapter. And it's here that if we want to make changes in the title of our chapter, we can do so. And we can then click Save. We can then make changes to individual videos. So for example, if we were to click on the first video or any video, what you're going to see is you're going to see the title of that video, you're going to see the actual video, and then you're going to see another area of the video. So for example, if we wanted to add in text to go with this individual video, we can do so. We can click in this area and we can write in the text that we want to be seen with the video. Typically, this is where you're going to see a transcript placed for this video. We can also add in content for the student to download. And so for example, if we were to click this area, we can add in files that we can make available to the students or customers in order for them to download. And because we're not looking to display the content, we can upload any kind of file. That's probably a good idea, that since you're going to have your customer download this content, that you upload a zip file. And you'll then see the file here in this area. You'll then want to click Save to save your changes. Now once you've done that, you'll see additional lesson settings. And you'll see 4 settings here at the bottom that you can customize. You can turn this lesson into a free preview lesson. And basically what that means is that even if a student has not yet paid, they'll be able to watch or experience this lesson to determine if they want to purchase it. To turn it on, you'll tick this box. You can turn this lesson into a prerequisite. And so basically what that means is that you can make it so that your students must complete this lesson before they can move on to other lessons in the course. You can enable discussions for this lesson so that individuals will be able to interact with you. And you can make this video downloadable if that's something that you want to happen. If so, you'll want to enable it here. Now you can label the type of lesson that this is. For example, we can write in a word in addition to the one that's already there. Once we've done that, we can then click Save. What you can then do is preview the lesson. And you can preview the lesson as an enrolled student. You'll see the download file. You'll see the element so that the student can download the video, and then you can actually see the discussion area. And so that's how you can customize all of the curriculum that you have in your course. Welcome back. Now there is other content that you can add to your course. And to demonstrate that, we are going to add a new chapter, and we're going to give that chapter a name. We're then going to click Save. Once we do that, we then have a new area that we can add lessons to. Now, one thing that we can do is we can copy a lesson into this area. So for example, if we click copy a lesson from a specific course, we can then take that lesson and we can add it. And then to add it, all we would need to do is to make sure to turn this lesson from a draft to a published lesson. We'd untick the draft and we then click save. That lesson will then be part of this area. And of course, we can change the title and we can click save again. What we can also do is click add lesson. And one of the things you'll notice is that there are other things that you can add to a specific lesson. Everything from videos to quizzes, multimedia, text, a survey, PDF, audio, a specific download, presentations, exams, and assignments. We can also add in a live session. And as you can see, each content type creates a new lesson. So for example, let's assume that for this lesson, we're going to be adding a quiz. And so basically what we have here is that we have a quiz that we can continue to fill in order to make it what we want it to be. So basically, for example, what we can do here is we can then create a specific question type. And then we can create the question. And then we can write in each choice. If we have to add in a choice, we can click this box and we can add in another choice. What we want to do then is we want to add in the explanation so that the individual will know how they got the question right or wrong. And then we have all of the elements of customization: preview lesson, prerequisite, as well as enabling discussions. Now, one thing that we can do is we can then make it so that this quiz does require a passing grade, and then we can determine what that passing grade is. And if we have multiple questions, we can randomize those questions in the order in which they appear. And then we can custom determine the lesson icon and label. Once we complete the lesson, we can then click save. And we can then preview our lesson. We'll then see our new lesson. We can then click on the quiz. And we can see how our quiz is going to appear to the customers or students. So you can determine the kind of lesson that you want to add and where you want to add that lesson inside of the particular chapter that you want. For example, one of the things we could do is we could change the order of these lessons. And all we need to do is to drag and drop those lessons into place. Welcome back. Now, part of the experience that we can set for our student is to drip content to them and only make it available at specific intervals. And to do that, you can go to the Drip tab. And basically what we're going to do inside of this course is we're going to click this button that says Create a Drip Schedule. Now, what you can do with the Drip Schedule is you can base the content on when a student enrolls. You can base it on a specific start date or a specific date. So for the sake of this video, we're going to say that we're going to drip the content based on when the student enrolls. That then means that we can go to each chapter and we can then go to each lesson and we can determine how many days after enrollment it's going to be available. So for example, we can choose that this first lesson will be available immediately. We can then choose that the next lesson is going to be several days afterward. We can then continue on a weekly basis. We can then click Save. If we don't like that drip schedule, what we can do is we can delete the entire schedule. Now, once you've set the drip schedule, you can then move on to the pricing area. And basically, you have a number of choices. You can set pricing at free, as a one-time payment, a subscription payment, or as a monthly payment. Now, in order to set a one-time payment, you're going to need to connect Stripe and or PayPal. In order to set a subscription, you're going to need to connect Stripe. In order to set a monthly payment plan, you are going to need to connect Stripe. To continue on in this video, we are going to make the course free. And we're going to make it so that the course is going to expire in a certain number of days. We're then going to click Save. What we can also do is we can make it so that there is a controlled experience once the customer has made a purchase. We do that here in this link that says After Purchase. Basically what we would do here is we would click this button that says Add Flow. And what we would do is we would then name the flow. If we had pricing choices, we could determine the flow based on the different prices. But in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to base this on a free course. What we can then do is we can determine where the customer is going to be sent. We can have them sent to a course player, we can have them sent to a custom URL, or to a configured thank you page. In this case, we are going to send the customer to a configured thank you page. We can choose to display thank you messaging. So for example, if we tick this box, we can determine what the customer is going to see, or we can untick it. What we can also do is determine that the customer is going to see additional upsell products. We can click this button. And basically what we can do is we can show that customer other products that we believe are going to be related to the purchase that they just made. Now in this case, we don't have any other products that we've created, but if we did, we could connect them here at this level. Once we've determined our flow, we can then click Save. And now that we have completed the flow, we are going to stop the video here and we are going to pick it up from the publish process. Welcome back. Now that you have determined your after course behavior, what you now want to do is to publish the course. And what you're going to do here is you're going to click the Publish button. Now you'll need to determine your publish status. And one of the first things you're going to need to do, if you're still setting up your account, you are going to need to verify your email before you can publish. Once you have confirmed, you'll then want to refresh your page. And you can then determine your publication status. You can either make it so that students can either purchase or enroll. You can make it so that students can pre-order. So even though that they can pay and purchase the course, they won't be able to access the content. Or you can make it so that the course is published. For the sake of this video, we are going to make the course published. We're then going to click Save. Once you have published your course, you are then ready to then build a landing page for your course. And so you'll see in the right-hand corner that there's going to be an arrow for you to click a button for you to build your landing page. We are going to click that link. Now basically what you'll see is a standard template. However, you can customize that template. For example, you'll look at this header and we can go in and we can customize this header. For example, we can add in our logo. And we can link to that logo. We can change the navigation of the header. We can change the navigation of the button. Once we've completed our work with the header, we can then click Save. We can then go back to customize our landing page. We can also customize the course banner. You can customize each element. You can add or take away some of the buttons. We can work with the headings. We can hide default buttons. We can add hero images or take away hero images. We can also work with our curriculum area. And basically, we can make changes to the way this actually looks. We can work with the headings, and we can work with the layout. We can also work with the footer, and we can make any changes with links and any other information inside of the footer. We can make changes to our entire theme. And you can see those changes in real time. We can make changes to the colors. And we can make changes overall to the typography, as well as adding in our favicon. So basically, you have clickable access to every aspect of the landing page for your course, and you can make customizations to that page. It's really designed so that you don't have to be an expert with any coding. You can just add in what you need for your student to see. Welcome back. Now, if you go back to your course management section and you now have your course available, one of the things you'll see is that there is a tab for memberships and bundles. But to understand that fully, what we'll need to do is we'll need to have at least 2 courses. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate our course, and we're going to click OK. Now, the duplication process is not instantaneous. It does take time. What you'll want to do is you'll want to hit your F5 button to see when the duplication process takes place. So basically now we have our second course. And for the sake of differentiation, we're just going to differentiate slightly. So now that we have 2 courses and we have differentiated one, we're going to go to this side and tab for memberships and bundle. And basically what we can do here is we can create a course where individuals can purchase one course yet get access to a series of courses that you add to the base course. Or you can even create a membership that's going to be site-wide according to Thinkific, where someone can buy access to all of your courses at one time. What we are going to do is we're going to click New Bundle. We're then going to name the bundle. We're then going to click Create Bundle. Now for this bundle, we are going to add in one course, and we're going to add in the course that we created. We're then going to add in a second course that we created. And we now have a second course. And basically what we can do now is we can then treat this as we would another course. We will then set up pricing for this course, and we can set it up according to the way that we want it to be. We can set up our after purchase behavior. We can then publish the entire bundle. And we can then build a landing page for the entire bundle. So what we now have is that individuals can purchase a specific course, or they can purchase a specific course bundle. And this allows us to sell multiple courses for one price. Welcome back. Now if you look to your left side menu, you're going to see some other elements that you're going to want to determine for your Thinkific site. Now first, what we're going to look at are going to be categories, and we're going to look at categories for our courses. And basically all of our courses and bundles are in one category, and you'll see that it's in the All Courses category, or basically courses in our URL. Now what we can do is we can create a specific category for specific courses. So for example, we're going to create a category name, and we're going to create the URL for that category. We're then going to click Add Category. What we can do then is we can place these specific courses inside of the category that we created. We can do that by going to this Edit button. When we go to that Edit button, what we can do is we can add specific courses or bundles to the category. And that is what we are going to do. We're then going to click Add. We're then going to click Update for this category. And we can even add in a category image. And we can upload the new image. And you can do this for all of the courses inside of your library. For example, we can add in another category. We can then edit that category. We can then add a specific course to that bundle. We can then click Add, and we can add in a category image. We're then going to click Update. And when you go to your landing page for your site, you'll see then that your courses are all going to be in different categories. Welcome back. Now you can have other instructors associated with your school, and they could be teaching a course that you're going to be sharing revenue with them or earning all of the revenue. What you're going to do here is you're going to go to this instructors link, and then you're going to click this button that says add new instructor. You're going to write in the instructor's first name and last name and email. And if that person has a title, you're going to write that person's title in. And you'll write in that person's bio. You're also going to be able to upload an image for the instructor. Once you do that, you're then going to click Save. You can then go back to your instructors. What you can now do is you can go to the Share Revenue section. You can then add in a payee for a specific bundle. You can add the individual that you want to share revenue with, and you can add in the bundle or course you want to share revenue with, and you can share a specific revenue amount. Once you do that, you can then click Save. You'll then be able to track this individual's earnings for a specific period of time and for the product that is being sold. Welcome back. Now, one of the things that Thinkific allows you to do is to manage your videos. And to do that, you're going to go to your video library, which is on your left side menu. And basically what you're going to see is an index of all of the videos in your school that you have uploaded. And you can search for those videos by name. So for example, let's assume that you were looking for a video with the word creating in it, and you were to search with the word creating. And you'll then see all of the videos that you have available to you that have that word in it. Now, one of the other things that you can do is to archive a specific video. So if you want to take a certain video out of commission in terms of how it fits in one of your courses, you can search for that video inside of your video library, go to this right side menu with the 3 ellipses, and then you can click Archive. Now you'll notice here that Thinkific will tell you that archiving the video will remove it from all areas of your site and return any customizations back to the default settings. All you need to do from that point is to click this button that says Archive Video. You can also delete from this menu. So if you decide that you don't want the video in your library at all, you can just delete the video right from this menu. What you can also do is to edit the video. So for example, if we were to click this button, we would then bring up that video. And you will notice here that you can make all of the customizations once again with the specific videos. You can make those customizations based on your analysis of the video and what it does here in this analytics link. And again, if you want to modify the name of this video, you can do that here. All you'll need to do here is to go to this editing pencil. You'll then be able to change the name of your video. What you can then do is to go back to your video library. What we can also do from this menu is to upload a video. So for example, if you go to this button and you click Upload, what you can do is you can go to either your cloud drive where your video is stored, or from your hard drive to get the video and upload it. Once you have it from the source, you'll then click Upload. And then the upload process will begin inside of Thinkific. And you'll see that that video has begun its processing. Now currently, this video is not part of any particular course, but we can add it to any course by going inside of the individual course where we want the video. And we can go to a specific chapter. We can click on Add a Lesson. What we can then do is we can click Video, and then we can then select the video from our library. We can search for that video by keyword. We can then add that video here for this particular lesson. And we can make the determination for lesson settings, We can then click Save. And we can move the video where we want it to be. Welcome back. Now, when you are uploading videos to your lessons, one of the things that you can do is to customize the look and feel of each video. And when you're doing that, all you'll need to do is to go to Manage Video Settings when you begin to upload videos. Right now, we are going to click on that link. That's going to take us to our video library. We're going to find the video that we want to customize. So for example, let's assume that it's this video that we're looking at. And you're going to see that the video has a specific preview, and that is how the video will appear. One thing that we can do is we can change the video by adding a thumbnail. And we can upload that thumbnail here in this area. Again, you can use a service like Canva in order to create a thumbnail. And what you'll do is you'll just select the individual thumbnail, make the changes to the words or images that you want to make, and then download the thumbnail. Our thumbnail will then appear as the video preview. What we can also do with each video is that we can have captions available. Now, in order to have captions, you will need to have an SRT file of your video that you can upload here in this area. If you don't have that caption file, you will not be able to use captions here in your video. Now, one of the other things that you can do is you can change the appearance and play bar of your video. So for example, by default, the play bar of your video is going to show to your student or customer. We can make it so that that play bar will not show by default by toggling it off. We can choose to apply these settings to all of the videos, or we can just have it so that this video does not show the play bar. You can also customize the player color, and we can do that here in this area. And if we want to change the player color, we can do that, and the player color is automatically saved. So if we go back inside of the course, we'll be able to see this individual video. We'll also be able to see that our thumbnail is present. We're going to turn down the volume here, and we're going to click this button so that we can see the play button. However, you'll notice then that the play bar is no longer going to be visible to the customer. And so that is how you will be able to customize either one video or all of the videos in a specific course with a specific thumbnail. Welcome back. Now, Thinkific does give you tools to build out your course site. And to find them, you're going to go to this link that says Design Your Site. And you're then going to go to the Site Builder. Now, while you're going through this process, it's a good idea to take your site address and to place it in a private browser. This will allow you to refresh this page and to monitor the changes that you're making and to see them in real time. Now, as you saw earlier, one thing that you can do is you can change the overall theme. And when you change the theme, you're going to go and look at the style. You'll then apply the style that you want to have. And then you'll then work with the colors in that style that you want to have. We're now going to go back to the page setting. Now, when we are working on a particular page, what we would do is to click on the button where that page is. So for example, we're now working with the home page, and if we want to customize elements of that home page, what we're going to do is we're going to first work from the block section on the left side menu. So for example, when we're working with the header, we can click inside of the header, and we'll be working here in this area to customize. We can move down and then work with the banner. We can then customize the banner as we're looking. We'll then work with the product section, and we can customize that product section here in this area. If we want to add a section, we can add a section to the home page, and we can do that by working here and then adding in the element that we want to have. For example, if we wanted to add a video to the top, we can do that. And we can click on video. And you'll notice then that that video section is going to be here at the bottom. And then the video will then be there on our page. If for some reason we don't want the video page there, what we can do is we can click inside of that video page. We can then delete that entire section. We can then save the page. In order to go back to the main menu, we can then go back to this area. Now, one of the things that you're going to see here on your site is that you're going to have a series of default pages. And so what you're going to do here is you're going to go inside of your default pages and you're going to want to customize each one. And you'll see them in terms of your checkout pages, your sign in and sign up pages, your all courses page, your student dashboard page, as well as your coming soon and student certification page. These are pages that you're going to want to customize one at a time. And if you want to add any sections to this page, like for example, maybe you want to have a video explaining certain things at the point of each page. And so you're going to want to have that video here in order to explain what people are going to need to do. So what we're going to do here is we're going to close out of this area. And as we save our changes, we will be customizing our course site. Welcome back. Now Thinkific does give you selling tools for your site. For example, if we go into the market and sell area, one of the tools that we have available to us is to use these sales widgets. And basically what we can do is we can market our course on our existing website. We can take one particular course. We can then use a product image or button image. In this case, we're going to choose to use a product image, which will take our course image. We can change any of the elements of the background or the button. And then we can make it so that when someone actually clicks this link, it takes them to where we want them to go. We can dictate that we want them to go to the product landing page or straight to the checkout. We can then customize the individual button. So in this case, we're going to write a call to action here on the button. Now once we have customized the widget in the way that we want it to be, what we're going to do is we're going to click Generate Code Snippet. What we're then going to do is we're going to copy that code snippet to our clipboard. And we're then going to head to our website. And what we can do on our site is we can place the widget inside of widget area. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to click on widgets. Once we get to our site and we go to the widget section, what we're going to do is we're going to need some kind of custom HTML. And so what we're going to do is we're going to paste in our code to the HTML area. We're then going to click Save. Once that's saved, we'll then click Done. And then the custom HTML will be added. We can then go to our site to make sure that it is there. And we now see our course banner or our course widget. Welcome back. Now there is in the market and sell section, there's a space here for integrations. Now in an earlier video, we skipped over integrating a payment system into our Thinkific account. Now what we can do is to go to this integrations area, and you'll notice that what you can do is to connect your Stripe account. You can also connect your PayPal account, and whichever one that you are going to use, you are going to want to go through the process. Now what you can also do is you can connect your Shopify account, and that would mean then that what you're doing is you're relying on your Shopify payments account, where you will be taking payments through that account, and then it will connect to Shopify in order to deliver your customers into your Thinkific account. Now it's possible that you may be using a third-party cloud-based connector, Zapier. And if that's the case, you are going to need a different level of the Pro account in order to use Zapier for that purpose. Now Thinkific has what they call a growth package. and it's an additional level of payment that you will be making according to the number of active students that you have coming through your Thinkific account. Basically, the package is going to be free up to 100 active enrollments. You'll then be billed at a rate of 10 cents per active enrollment as of the recording of this video. So if you want to use a different shopping cart or a different shopping cart system, and you rely on Zapier in order to make that connection, you can use Thinkific to do that. However, you are going to need to upgrade your plan. If you are a user of Infusionsoft, you can use Infusionsoft to connect to your Thinkific account. However, you are going to again need the Pro plan plus the growth package in order to use it. Now, as of the recording of this video, Thinkific is one of the coming soon integrations for the shopping cart Thrivecart. Now, there is no timetable on when this is going to happen. However, if this is something that you are interested in, it's possible that you may want to contact Thrivecart, if that is your shopping cart, to find out if Thinkific is now a direct integration. Welcome back. Now, Thinkific also has a student support section of its setup, and you're going to see a number of options available to you. Now, one element you're going to see is going to be a link for communities. And basically, when you come into the community, this is going to be a way for you to engage your students or customers. And so to start a community, you're going to click New Community. You're going to give your community a name and description. You're then going to determine how you want to limit access to the community. You can have logged in students, so only those who are inside of their Thinkific account will be able to participate. You can set it at enrolled students, or students that you have set up in pre-planned groups. Now, for the sake of this video, we are going to set up students that are enrolled. What you'll then do is you'll select a specific course bundle. And so what you'll do is you'll choose the specific course, and so you'll then choose a specific course or bundle, and then you're going to choose a specific course or bundle where the students are going to be able to participate. And you'll notice then that if you limit access according to logged in students, you will not have that segmentation. What you'll then do is to select a specific color, and then you can then select a specific font, and then you can upload an image for your community. Once you've done that, you can then click Save. Your students will then have access to that community on their dashboard along with their courses. Welcome back. Now, one thing you're going to see in the Support Your Students area is going to be a link for certificates. And when you click that link, it's going to bring you into an area here. And basically, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to assign your students certificates for completing your courses. And so what you're going to do here is click New Certificate. And then you're going to give that certificate a specific name. You're then going to choose a template for your certificate. What you're then going to do is you're going to edit the content. And you're basically then going to fill in all of the areas that you want to have to make your certificate custom. Once you've added in your content, you're then going to go to your design. What you can do is change the font and the colors. What you can then do is to upload an image as well as a logo. And you do have recommended minimum sizes for both of those images. We can create both of those images inside of a program like Canva. And when you do it, you are going to want to make sure that your text is going to appear over the image when you save it. So we're going to leave the images blank, and what we're going to do now is we're going to click Save. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select a specific course for the certificate. So for example, what we can do is we can choose one of our courses. We can then dictate when our certificate expires. Once we've done that, we can then click Save. And then when individuals complete this course, they will be issued a certificate that we have customized here in this area. Welcome back. Now, one of the things that you can do inside of your course is when you are adding a lesson, you can add in an assignment. And so when you add a lesson, you'll look for the icon for the assignment. And you'll basically need to write in all the parameters of the assignment. And one thing you can do is to give your student a template so that they'll be able to follow your instructions in order to complete the assignment. In this case, you can upload any particular kind of file. In this case, we've uploaded a video for our student to download. And when we do this student, one of the things that we can do is we can enable discussions for this particular assignment. We can make it a prerequisite, and we can even make it a free preview lesson. Now, we're not going to do those two items. What we're now going to do is click Save. Now, when your student reaches this lesson, they click on it, they'll then be able to download the file for the assignment. Once they complete the assignment, they'll then be able to upload the assignment here in this area. They'll then be able to click Submit Assignment. What you'll then see is the assignment uploaded here in this area. You'll then be able to approve the submission. And then you'll be able to send that customer a message saying that your submission is approved. And you'll click Send. That student will then get an email stating that their submission has been approved. And you will have then undertaken the assignment process. If you want to send that student another message, you can do that here in this area. Welcome back. Now, we can also undertake creating a survey for our students. And we can click inside of the quiz and survey area. And we have already created a quiz for our students. So what we're going to do now is we're going to edit the course so that we can create a survey also. This is going to bring us into the course builder. What we're going to do is to come to the area where we are going to be adding in the survey lesson. We're then going to click Survey. We're then going to ask the question and name the survey. We're going to choose the kind of quiz that we want. We're going to decide whether or not this question is going to be optional. We're then going to click Add Choice. And then we can write in a particular choice. We can add in another potential choice and a third choice. What we're now going to do is click Save. And our survey is now added. We're now going to take it out of draft form and we're going to save it. And our survey is now ready. Our survey is now in our dashboard, and as a student, we'll be able to take the survey. We'll then click Confirm, and our survey is now completed. What we can now do is to go to the Support Your Students area. We can go to the Survey area, and we can look at the results of the survey. Now, in order to review the results, what we'll need to do is to go to the ellipsis. We'll then need to export the report, and Thinkific will put this into a CSV file report. And you can analyze the quiz results in the very same way by exporting the results. In conclusion, we now come back to the wizard, and you'll notice that with the steps that we've taken, we've completed most of the steps. One thing that we haven't done is we haven't given our site a name. And to do that, what we'll need to do is to go to the Settings area, and we can customize our site name. We can then click Save. And we will have completed all of the elements inside of the wizard. Now, one thing that we didn't do in our Support Our Students area is to customize our notifications. And we're going to click on the link that says Notifications. And what you'll notice is that we have control over the notifications that our students get. We can toggle these off, or we can toggle them back on, depending on what we want. We can edit the actual message, and we can make sure that the message says what we want to say. In some cases, we may want to use tokens. So for example, you'll notice that we have variables or tokens in this area, and we can place them inside of our customized message. Once we have customized, we can then click Save the Message. We can customize all of our course welcome emails. We can customize them with some kind of token, and we can choose to enable or disable the course welcome emails. When a student completes a course, we can choose to send them an email, or we can leave it disabled by default. When a customer gets a bundle email, we can enable this, or we can disable by default. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure that the messages reflect what you want them to say when the customer or student gets them. Hello and welcome. Now there are ways for you to make your Thinkific site and courses unique, whether it's at the course level or even at the site level. We can do that typically by changing the graphics. We can look at using other themes. Thinkific does make themes available. You can install those themes inside of your course site. And what you can do is go inside of your theme settings and you can apply those themes to your website. Thinkific does have other elements that you can make your courses and your site unique. If you go into the market and sell area and you go into the integrations area, one of the things that you'll notice is that you have a direct integration with the site Accredidtaion. And Accredidtaion does offer digital certifications. You can set up an account with Accredidtaion, which does have a free plan, as well as other plans where you can make payment. You can set up your free account here from the pricing page. You're going to then set up your account with Accredidtaion. You'll then need to verify your email address. You'll then verify your account through your email address. You'll then need access to your Accredidtaion API key. So you'll go to your account. You'll then go to your settings. You'll then go to your API and integrations. You'll then go to the expand button. Now obviously we're not showing the API here on our screen. It's right below on our screen. We're going to copy that API number. We're then going to head back to our Thinkific account. We're going to add that number and then click Save. What you are going to need to do now inside of Accredidtaion is that you are going to need to create a certificate design. Now this is not a full-blown tutorial on how to use Accredidtaion. However, you are going to want to work with and create your design and customize it. What you're going to need to do now is to create a group so that you can interact with Thinkific through Accredidtaion. So we're now going to click Create Your First Group. You're going to start with display name, identifier. You're going to need to choose your appearance. You're going to give your group a description. You're going to write in your particular skills and your website. You're then going to click Save for this group. We're then going to need to go to the advanced settings. We're then going to need to go to API and integrations. We're then going to need to turn on the API settings. We're then going to click Save. We're also going to need to go into our general settings, and what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to allow duplicates. We're then going to click Save. We can also make sure to attach your certificate to the PDF delivery. We'll then also click Save. We'll then come back to Thinkific and we'll go into our courses. What we're then going to do is to go to the course where we want to create the certificate. We're then going to go into our settings. We'll then go to course progress and completion. We'll then enable completion certificates. We'll then enable accreditable certificates. We'll then go in, we'll choose the group that we created inside of accreditable. And then we can give our certificate a specific expiration. Once we've done that, we can then click Save. And what you've now done is you have set apart your course management system from others by giving people a certificate verified by a third party. And you'll be doing so in the same manner that organizations such as Hootsuite and HubSpot also do. Welcome back. Now in this process, what we're going to do is we're going to work through the tools that Thinkific has in order to help you to generate income from repeat buyers as well as continuity income. And so what you're going to do is to go into your market and sell section, assuming that you have already set up courses. And so obviously one of the things that you can do is you can set up coupons that will incentivize people to come back and purchase more of your content. And so to do that, you're going to go into the coupons area. And what you're then going to do is you're going to create a new coupon. What you're then going to do is to create a coupon as well as the expiration date. You can make it so that this will never expire, or you can set up one that you think is best. What you'll then do is to determine the kind of discount that you are going to be giving. What you can do is you can either take a dollar amount off, or you can make it so that the coupon is going to be a percentage off. In this case, we're going to make it so that the coupon is going to be 25% off. We can choose specific products. So for example, we can assume that maybe an individual that has been through one of our courses may like a discount on the second course. And so we can make it so that this individual will then get 25% off of one particular course. Now the way we're going to deliver the discount will be to create a code. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to create a code. We can limit the number of those coupons that are going to be available. Now because the products that we have in our system are actually free, we're going to need to set this to all products for the sake of this video. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to set this for all of our products, even though typically what you would do is to set a specific discount for a specific product. So what we're going to do now is we're then going to click Save. So what that means now is that if we give our discount to our customer, they'll be able to use this in the checkout process for any of our products. Now obviously another way to get repeat buyers is to offer them some kind of incentive or bonus. And so we can display that here by creating another course. And all we're going to do here is we're just going to duplicate one of the courses for the sake of this video. And so we're going to F5 for this course so that we can now see it. And so now we see that we have a copy of this course. We're not going to go through the process of customizing this course. We would know that we need this third course in order to execute what we're about to talk about. Now what we would do is to create a bundle. And so in this case what we would do is to create a new bundle. And we're going to call this new bundle. What we're then going to do is to create a bundle. And what we need to do for this course is we need to add in the courses that are going to be part of the bundle. And so we're going to select the two courses. We're going to add the first course. We're going to add in another course. And so now there are going to be two courses in the bundle, so that when an individual purchases one of the courses in the bundle, they're going to get the second course along with the course that they purchased. Now one thing that we want to do is we want to hide this bundle because we only want certain individuals in order to see it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that this bundle does not appear on our website. We're then going to click Save. We're then going to set the pricing for this bundle. Now when we set up the payment, one of the things that we can do inside of Thinkific is that we can give the person a specific number of days to be enrolled. That would mean then that when the individual completes that enrollment, that they need to renew in order to keep access to your course. So in this case, we're going to do that. We're going to set it up so that the course has a specific price. We're then going to set up a specific enrollment. We're then going to click Save. What we can also do inside of this bundle is that we can create an upsell process. And so to do that, we're going to click Add Flow. Once you add the new flow, you're going to give this specific flow a new name. Now, the price that you have set up is going to be $37. So when the person actually makes the payment, you're going to determine what's going to happen in the next step. And there's several ways for you to be able to upsell the individual. One way to upsell that individual is to send them directly to the thank you page. Now, at that thank you page is where they are going to get access to your product. Now, what you can also do is add in some custom messaging. So for example, you can display some custom messaging that will tell them about the next product that they are going to be willing to see. When you set up that thank you messaging, what you're going to do here is you're going to click Upsell Additional Products. And then what you're going to do here is you're going to set up a header. And then you can choose the product that you are going to add. You'll then click Add. Now, when you save this flow, what's going to happen is that when the individual pays, they're going to be sent to the thank you page to get access to their product. They'll then see that you are going to be giving them the opportunity to make another purchase. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this first flow. What we're going to do now is we're going to delete this flow. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add another flow. We're going to call this a different flow. We're going to assume that the individual makes the payment. What we're going to do now is we're going to have the individual sent to a specific page. This time we are going to have the individual sent to a page that's going to be off-site. And in this case, we can have the individual sent direct to our website. We're then going to click Save. Now, one thing that Teachable recommends that we do, and we are going to do this, is that we are going to ensure that this custom URL includes a confirmation that their payment is successful, and they're going to get instructions on how they can access the course. So we're then going to click Save. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create the page at this URL. Now we are now inside of our website. Now this is the case where if you have a custom theme, you will want to use it in order to customize your page. Now for the sake of this video, we are going to use the page building system OptimizePress. And so we're going to update this theme with the OptimizePress theme. And what we're going to do is to activate OptimizePress. What we're now going to do is to create a specific page. Now you don't have to use OptimizePress, nor do you need a page builder to do this. However, we are going to use the page builder in order to undertake this process. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this template, and we're going to create a thank you page, and we're going to use the URL that we specified inside of Thinkific. We're then going to click Create Page. Now it's on this page where we are going to make the pitch for another offer. So in this case, if we wanted to add in a sales video when the person got to this page, we could do that. And it's here where we can also write in the instructions as to how the individual is going to access the product that they purchased on Thinkific. Now one thing that we are going to want to do is we're going to want to make sure that this page does not appear in the search engines. And so we need to discourage the search engines from indexing the page that we are creating where the individual is going to get an upsell offer as well as being told how to access their Thinkific product. And so to do that, we're going to use a specific process that's used in OptimizePress. You will need to replicate that process that you use for your page building system or for a regular WordPress website. And so in the OptimizePress system, what you'll need to do is you'll need to input two links into your paging system. And so we're going to do that in this case with the page that we have just created. Once again, you will need to replicate this same process in your specific page building system. And so we are going to add a line into the page system, and we're going to place this inside of the header, and we're going to move it up into place. And then we're going to use the second level of code. We're going to copy, and we're going to head back to our page. And we're going to add it into the header. And we're going to move it up into place. Once we've done that, we will then update our page. And basically what we have now done is we've created a second upsell process that is an alternative to having the individual go to our thank you page inside of Thinkific. Now, one other way for us to generate additional income is to create a membership bundle. And so in this case, we're going to create another bundle. And what we're going to do first is we're going to click Add Course. And we're going to add all of our courses. And what we're going to do, obviously, is that every subsequent course that we're going to be creating, we're going to be adding to this bundle. What we're now going to do is go to our settings. And we're going to make this a hidden bundle because it's going to be an upsell. What we're also going to do is we're going to go into our pricing. Now in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a subscription. It's optional, but we can set up a free trial or we can set up a custom first payment. So for example, if we want to make it so that the first payment is going to be lower so the individual can try the membership, we can do that. What we're then going to do is click Save. And once you publish the membership bundle, you will then have another course where you are going to be able to generate repeat income from your existing students. Welcome back. We can use Thinkific to build and engage a customer list that we're either starting or one that is existing. And so to start that process, what we're going to do first is we're going to go to the Market and Sell tab, and then we're going to go to the Integrations tab. And one of the first things we're going to do at that Integrations tab is we are going to connect our account to an existing autoresponder. Now there are native integrations with autoresponders such as MailChimp, Constant Contact, ConvertKit, Aweber, and then ActiveCampaign. Now ActiveCampaign does require that you have the Pro plan plus growth. What we're going to do is go to the first system on the list and we're going to connect to MailChimp. We're going to click this button that says Connect Account. We're then going to need to authenticate our account. We're then going to allow Thinkific to be authorized to access our MailChimp account. And what you're going to notice is that once you are connected to your MailChimp account, you are going to want to select a specific list that you are working with. And so if you already have an existing list, you're going to select that list to work with in your Thinkific account. We're then going to click Save. Now one thing that you're going to want to be aware of is that Thinkific does not support MailChimp's double opt-in feature. And so you are going to want to make sure that you are using single opt-in inside of your MailChimp account. So what we're going to need to do is to go to our audiences. And we are going to need to manage the settings in this audience. And so we're going to go to the settings. And what we're going to need to do when we get to this settings area is we're going to disable double opt-in. Once we have that done, we're then going to save our settings. That means we can scroll all the way to the bottom and click Save Audience. Now that we are connected with our autoresponder, one thing that we can do is we can go to manage our content, and we can go to our courses. And we can use one of our courses as a way of generating leads. And so to do that, we're going to go inside of one of our courses. And what we're going to do is we're going to go inside of that course, and we are going to change the pricing to a free course. So we're going to go to this course, and instead of having a one-time payment, we are going to set this to be a free course. We're then going to click Save. We're then going to publish the course. We're then going to go to our landing page. And we are going to want to create our course page in order to reflect that this course is going to be free. We can then come back to our settings, and we can make our URL a very simple one to go with our domain. We're then going to click Save. What we can do now is we can begin to share our URL. And your landing page will then be available for your free course. One thing you'll need to add to your landing page will be your call to action. And we're going to do that here. What we're going to do now is we're going to customize our call to action. So we're going to click on top of that button. And we're going to eliminate the text. And we're just going to take the text out. We're then going to save it. We're then going to remove the image. And we're then going to save it. And we're then going to work with our button. We're then going to link our button to our checkout page. And we're then going to save it. And our landing page is now ready for individuals in order to click the button to get access to the course, but to be added then to our autoresponder list. Now, if we want to use autoresponder tools that are not part of the integrations in Thinkific, we are going to need to add third-party cloud-based connector Zapier. And if you already have enabled your Pro account, that will not quite be sufficient in order to use Zapier in this way. You will need to have the Pro plus Growth plan. So we're going to click Pro plus Growth. And what we're going to do is we're going to update the plan, which is free up to the first 100 users. And remember, this is going to be a per student addition to the plan that you are already paying for. What we're going to do is click Update the plan. And we have now updated our subscription. So what we're now going to do is to go back to the integrations area. And what we're now going to do is we're going to make a direct connection to our Zapier account. Now, it's quite possible that you don't have a Zapier account. And although this is not a full-blown Zapier tutorial, what you can do with Zapier is to connect two cloud-based applications so that you can integrate them successfully. Zapier does have a free and paid plan. And so in some cases, you can use the free plan to determine if you are going to be a user of Zapier when it comes to connecting your Thinkific account. Once you've decided on a level of the plan, you can then either sign up or log in. Now, once you've logged into Zapier, in order to connect to any application, what you're going to need to do first is you're going to need to connect Thinkific to the Zapier account. We're going to go to do that through My Apps. We're then going to click My Connection. We're then going to search for Thinkific. Once we find Thinkific, we're then going to click on Thinkific. And what you're going to need from Thinkific is going to be your API key as well as your subdomain. So what we're going to need to do is to go to our settings area. Once we do that, we're going to need to go to Code and Analytics. We're then going to need to go to the API link. Now, when you get down to the API link, and obviously you'll see that it has been grayed out, you are going to see your API key as well as your subdomain, as you need to place it inside of Zapier. And so you're going to place that connection here in the dialog box, and you're then going to click Continue. Now that Thinkific has been connected to your cloud-based connector Zapier account, you can now create a connection between Thinkific and the other platform you want to use with it. In this case, we're going to choose an autoresponder, and we're going to choose the autoresponder GetResponse. So we're going to click Make a Zap. Now the trigger event is what's going to set the connection in motion. In this case, the trigger event is going to be someone becoming part of our Thinkific account. And so we're going to start the trigger with Thinkific. We're now going to choose the trigger event. And the trigger event is going to be a new full enrollment. We're then going to click Continue. Because we can use multiple Thinkific accounts inside of our Zapier account, we're going to need to choose the Thinkific account. Now currently, we only have one Thinkific account connected. So when we hit the drop-down box, we're only going to see one Thinkific account. We're going to connect that account. What we're then going to do is click Continue. Zapier is now connected to the inside of our Thinkific account. So the program can actually see the courses that we already have created. So as we set up the trigger, we can click this drop-down arrow and Zapier will be able to connect to our existing courses in our account. So we click this link, we're going to see the courses that are going to be available. We're going to click on the course that we're going to be using. What we're then going to do is click Continue. What we're now going to do is to test the trigger inside of Zapier. Zapier will look for an enrollment already existing inside of your account, so that if you're starting this process and you don't have a full enrollment, what you're going to need to do is to add a full enrollment to the account that you are going to be working with. Now in this case, we have a full enrollment, so what we're going to do is click Continue. So basically what we have now done is set up a trigger in Zapier. And the trigger is a new enrollment in a specific Thinkific account. Now what we're going to do is we're going to choose the app that we want to connect to. And so what we're going to do is we're going to choose our autoresponder account GetResponse. Now Zapier is going to ask that you choose the event that you want to happen. What we want to happen is that when this individual is enrolled in the account in Thinkific, we want a contact to be created in our GetResponse account. What we then want to do is click Continue. Now for the sake of this video, prior to our creating this course, the GetResponse account had already been connected to Zapier. However, if it had not been, what you'd need to do at this point is to connect your GetResponse account to Zapier in the very same way as you did with Thinkific. And as you can see, GetResponse connecting is very similar to the way you connected to your Thinkific account. You'll need a GetResponse account type as well as your API key. However, since this account has already been connected, we're going to connect to our GetResponse account. What we're now going to do is click Continue. Zapier is now connected inside of our autoresponder account in GetResponse. Now at this point, if you don't have a list that has already been created, you are going to want to go to the connected autoresponder to create the list that you're going to want to use with your Thinkific account with this specific course. We are now inside of GetResponse, and so what we're going to do, we are going to create a specific list, and we're going to give the list a title and description and categorize it. We're then going to save these general settings. Now in this case, we are not going to require that the individual opt in using double opt-in features. So we are going to leave these default settings as they are. That means then that the individual will not be confirming their subscription. We're now going to set the subscription settings. We're also not going to work with the confirmation message because the individual will not be working with double opt-in, they should not have to confirm a message. What we are going to do is we are going to write an email that the individual is going to see as soon as they become part of our email marketing list. And so we're going to come inside of our list and we're going to create an autoresponder. So we're going to create this message for day 0. That means that as soon as the individual becomes part of our email marketing list, they're going to be sent the email that we are about to create. And so what we're going to do inside of our autoresponder is we're going to create a new email. Now, if your sending email does not match the email and the domain that you're using with Thinkific, this is a good time to add that email address to your autoresponder account. Now, the process is going to vary from autoresponder to autoresponder. Regardless of that fact, you do want to have very similar, if not matching, email addresses for this autoresponder and your Thinkific account. So what we're now going to do is click Add Address. Now the process in Get Response is that you need to confirm this email. So we're now going to confirm that email address. Now one of the things that this autoresponder has a process for is to help you to make sure that inboxes will see your email. And that is called authentication of your domain. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Authenticate. And this means then that what we're going to do is go and create a domain record at our domain name. And what that means then is that at our domain registrar, we now need to add a text record according to the directions set for us by our autoresponder. Now that process typically takes 48 hours once you have entered the information in the dialog box. So what you can do now is continue on with your process. So what we've done now is we have written in our new email, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the next step. We can then choose the most appropriate template. Now for the sake of this video, we're going to go with a plain template, and we're going to go with a blank template. Now this is not a full-blown tutorial on how to use an autoresponder or how to use Get Response. So we're going to assume that you know how to write in your welcome email to your autoresponder as well as the plain text. We're then going to go to the next step. And what we've now created is we've created an initial message that an individual will get as soon as they become part of our list, which means as soon as they enroll in our course. What we're now going to do is click Save and Publish. We can now come back to our Zapier connection. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that when the individual is enrolled in Thinkific, they are connected to that specific list. So we're going to go inside of our lists in Get Response. And so we can now connect our specific list to Thinkific via Zapier. What we're now going to do is we're going to connect or map the email, and we're going to connect our email. And what we're now going to do is we're going to state the day of the autoresponder cycle. And so in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to now make sure that the cycle begins at the beginning, which is going to be 0. Another required field in this case is that we have the name. So what we're going to do is we're going to click in the first name. We're then going to click in the last name. What we're now going to do is click Continue. What we're now going to do is we're going to test our connection in Get Response. Now when your connection is successful, Get Response will tell you that your test was successful. What you can now do is you can turn on the connection, which is also called a zap. And our connection is now ready to be used. What we now want to do is to make sure that the individual that becomes part of our email marketing list sees other courses that we have. And to do that, we're going to click on Create Autoresponder. And we're going to set this autoresponder to go out on the day after our other autoresponder. And once again, we're going to write another email. Now we're going to want to have the URL of the course that we want individuals to see when they become part of our email marketing list. And so in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to first shorten the URL. We're then going to take this entire URL and copy it. What we're then going to do is we're going to head back to our website. And what we're going to do in our website is we are going to install a plugin that allows us to shorten URLs with our current domain. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a plugin. Now, if you undertake this part of the process, you're going to want to make sure that you use a process that you're most comfortable with and one that is consistent with the parameters of your website. Now, this is just for example purposes only. You don't have to follow our example exactly. However, you do want to have a similar URL to that of your autoresponder, and that's why we're using this process with our own website. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, you can do a search for a plugin called Pretty Links. Now, once again, you are going to want to make sure that this is going to be consistent with everything else that you're installing on your website. Never install plugins or any software to anything that you have without knowing first it's going to work and that it's going to be safe for your system. Now, having said that, we're going to install this plugin, and we're going to click Install Now. Once we've done that, we're then going to click Activate. Then the plugin will be active on our site. What we're then going to do is to go to this area that says Pretty Links. We're then going to click Add New. What we're now going to do is we're going to place our URL here in this dialog box, and we're going to decide what we want the link to say. And in this case, we're just going to write one word. Once we've done that, we're then going to click Update. What we then want to do is we want to test the link that we just created. So we're going to copy that entire link from our plugin. We're then going to head to the web. And we're going to place our URL. We're then going to click Enter. And the URL redirects to our Thinkific account. That means then that we can use our URL in the second autoresponder message that we have created. And so what we have now done is create a system where an individual becomes part of our free course, becomes part of our email marketing list, and then one day later receives an offer to see our other course. Welcome back. Now, once you connect your Thinkific account to Zapier, you have more opportunities available to you in order to expand your marketing. Now, in particular, you'll notice that Zapier does connect to affiliate networks, such as ClickBank. It also connects to shopping carts and platforms such as ClickFunnels, and combined shopping cart and affiliate networks such as JVZoo. Now, this is important because the more traditional way of displaying an upsell does not exist within Thinkific. Thinkific does display the upsell, however, it is another product on the thank you page once the customer has already exited the sales process. We can combine Thinkific with a more traditional shopping cart experience in order to present our customer with an upsell of products in our Thinkific account. So if you have a shopping cart system, such as ThriveCart, you can use that shopping cart along with Thinkific being connected by Zapier. And so we are going to undertake that process using ThriveCart. So what we're going to do from within our ThriveCart account is to go to the integrations area. We are then going to go to this Zapier connection. That takes us to the Zapier account. And you'll notice then that Zapier has a beta connection. What we're going to do is we're going to connect our Zapier account to our ThriveCart account. Now, in order to do this, we are going to need to have a trigger event. And the trigger event is going to be a new sale within our ThriveCart account. And so first what we're going to do is we're going to state that it's going to be a product purchase. And we're then going to click Continue. What we're going to need to do is to sign in to ThriveCart. And in order to undertake this process, you will need to already be signed in to your ThriveCart account. What you're going to do then is you're going to click this button that says Yes, allow access to my account. Now it's at this point we are going to want to make sure that we have a matching product set up in ThriveCart for the product that we already have in our Thinkific account. So we'll need to have two products set up inside of our ThriveCart account. One for both of the products that we already have set up. And so we'll need to go into ThriveCart and we'll need to click on our products. We'll then create our digital product. We'll then give our product a name. We'll then set our course to live and then click Next. We'll then want to set our product price, and we want to make sure that it's going to be the same price that's already set up inside of our Thinkific account. And so we have our price. We'll then match this price inside of our ThriveCart account. So we'll set this as a one-time fee. We'll then click Next. We'll then click Save. Now because this is not a full-blown tutorial on ThriveCart, we are going to accelerate through the process. Now one of the benefits of using a shopping cart such as ThriveCart would be that you can offer a bump offer or a one-click upsell along with your Thinkific course or product. That would be something that you cannot do currently inside of Thinkific unless you offered a bundle product. What we're now going to do is we're going to go forward and we're going to go to the processor area. We're now going to set up our processor. Now in this case, we're going to skip the affiliate process and go to the next level. We're going to write in our support URL and email. And we are now going to save our product. We now want to create our second product. And we're going to set our product price. We're then going to move forward through the process. We're now going to save our product. We're going to set the trigger as a specific product purchase. So we're going to look for a product inside of our ThriveCart account. And we now see that the product that we have just created is now inside of our Zapier account. We're now going to set our pricing option. And we see our product pricing option. What we're now going to do is click Continue. We're now going to test our trigger. We're now going to click Continue. And we have now connected our product inside of our ThriveCart account with our Zapier connection. So what we're going to do now is set the action. And now what we're going to do is look for our Thinkific account. And so we're going to look for our Thinkific account. What we're now going to do is we're going to select the specific action. And what we want to do is we want to enroll a user, and we want to enroll that user inside of a specific Thinkific course. So we're going to click Continue. We're now going to select our Thinkific account. We're now going to click Continue. We're now going to select the specific product. And we now have our specific product. We're now going to map the first name. We're now going to map the last name as well as the email. So we've now mapped the entire process inside of Thinkific. What we're now going to do is click Continue. And we're now going to send a test enrollment to Thinkific. So what we now want to do is we want to go to Thinkific to make sure that the test user is going to be there. And if we go inside of our Thinkific account, we can now see that our user is now inside of Thinkific. That means now that we can turn on this Zap. And we now have a connected product. And it's a good idea to name this process inside of Zapier. So what we're now going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to connect our second product. And we're going to do that by creating a Zap. And we are now going to connect our ThriveCart account. We're going to make the trigger event once again that we want there to be a product purchase. We're then going to click Continue. We're then going to select our ThriveCart account. We're going to select our ThriveCart account and then come to the trigger page. What we're then going to do is we're going to select our second product. Once we've done that, we're then going to select the price, and we see our price. Once we've done that, we're then going to scroll down to the bottom and then click Continue. We are then going to test our trigger. Once we've done that, we'll then click Continue. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set our action, and we are going to once again look for our Thinkific account. We want our action event to be that we're going to enroll a user. We're then going to click Continue. We're then going to look for our Thinkific account. Once we've done that, we'll then click Continue. We're then going to look for our specific product inside of Thinkific, and we're going to choose our other product. We're then going to choose a specific name once again. We're then going to choose the last name. And we're going to choose the customer's email address. And we're then going to click Continue. We're then going to test our connection. And we're then going to go back to Thinkific to make sure that the customer has been added. So we're going to come back to the user page, and we're going to refresh our page. We now see that our customer has 2 enrollments. So we're going to now rename this process inside of Zapier. And we're going to turn on the Zap. What we now need to do is to go back to our ThriveCart account. We want to come back to each product, and we want to go to the fulfillment area. And what we want to make sure is that the customer is going to be taken to the right place. Now what we need to have the customer experience is to be sent to the login page. Now what's going to happen is that Thinkific is going to send them a login and password. So what we need to do is we need to send the individual to the login for them to get their content. And so we're going to have the individual sent to our Thinkific site. And we're going to make the URL expiration never. We're then going to click Next. And we're going to do the same thing for both products. We're going to add them and then click Next. What we're now going to do is we're going to come back to this area in ThriveCart, and we're going to create an upsell. And we're going to click Create a new upsell. And we're going to write in our upsell. And what we're going to do is click Next. We're then going to decide on our pricing. We're then going to click Next. We're then going to save the upsell. So what we're now going to do is we're going to create this specific funnel. We're going to enable the funnel. We're now going to configure our first upsell inside of ThriveCart. And we're going to leave it at this product. We're now going to save the sales funnel. We're now going to come back to Zapier, and we're going to choose a trigger event. This time it's going to be an upsell purchase. We're then going to click Continue. We're then going to add in our ThriveCart account and click Continue. We're then going to select the trigger. We're then going to click Continue. We're then going to test our trigger. We're then going to click Continue. We're then going to set our action. We're then going to set up our Thinkific account. We're then going to select an action, and we're going to enroll a user. We're then going to click Continue. We'll then select our specific Thinkific account. We'll then click Continue. We'll then select our specific product for the upsell. And we will map this product as we have the other products. Once we have the information in, we'll then click Continue. We'll then test our action. We'll then want to test our enrollment inside of Thinkific. We come back to the user area and we notice then that the customer has 3 enrollments, which is what should be. That now means that we can turn on this zap. So we now have it so that any of our products can be sold with an upsell and be delivered into our Thinkific account by using our shopping cart. Welcome back. Now, one of the ways for you to engage your students and to keep them interested in the courses you're creating is to incorporate live training. And Thinkific has an integration with Zoom that will help you to do that. What we're going to do first is we're going to go to the Market and Sell link. What we're then going to do is go to Integrations. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a link there that says Connect Account. Now you'll want to be signed in to your Zoom account. What we're going to do is click Connect Account. What we need to do here is to click Pre-Approve. Once the app has been pre-approved, we can then click Authorize. Now Zoom is going to require you to make one change to your account and then make one suggested change. First, what we're going to do is we're going to use the setting, Use Personal Meeting ID when scheduling a meeting. So we're going to go to the setting instructions. In this case, both settings have been disabled, so we do not need to take any further action inside of our Zoom account. But what the integration does is it allows us to have students join our meeting directly from the course player without being required to log in or create a Zoom account. So what we'll need to do inside of our course is we'll need to go into our course curriculum. And what we'll need to do is to add a lesson. You'll notice here that we have a live icon. We're going to click that icon. We're then going to write in the details. We can decide whether to have the session be a meeting or a webinar. We're going to choose webinar. And we're going to go ahead and schedule the session. We're going to set the webinar to be recorded. And we're going to make sure that all of these other settings are not available. We're then going to click Save. And our live session appears in Zoom automatically. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and save this lesson. And we're now going to preview it in our browser. And we'll see our live session inside of the preview. And the individual will be able to come to this page at the point in time in which the webinar has begun, and they'll be able to start the webinar. Welcome back. Now, one of the ways to expand the reach of being able to market your course would be to use affiliates in order to do it. And you do have an affiliate section inside of your Thinkific account. And so what you're going to do is go to the Market and Sell area, and then you're going to go to the affiliates page. And that's going to bring you to this panel. What we're now going to do is we're going to click Manage Affiliates. And what you're going to notice is that this will take you directly to the users area. And what you're going to do here is you're going to click on one of your users. What you're then going to do is you're going to click Edit. What you're then going to do is you're going to enable the user role as affiliate. And to do that, you're going to click on this button. You are then going to indicate the commission that you're going to be paying this affiliate. You're then going to click Save. What you're now going to do is you're going to go back to the main page for this user. And you're then going to be in the enrollment area. You'll want to tab over to the affiliate area. And you'll notice then that this affiliate has all of the products available to them to earn 50% every time one of their customers or client clicks on their link to purchase a course. However, one thing that you can do is you can exclude certain courses from this affiliate. So for example, what we can do here is we can exclude the bundle. We can exclude the other bundles. And basically, this user will still be able to be an affiliate. However, they'll only be able to promote the products that they have available to them. Now, what we may want is for certain courses to be excluded from all affiliates. If that's the case, what we're going to do is go to Manage Our Content. We're then going to go inside of the Courses area. We're then going to click on one of the courses. We're then going to go into the Settings. We're then going to go to Admin, Revenue Partners, and Affiliates. What we can then do is we can exclude all new affiliates from this product, and we can then bulk remove any current affiliates from the product. So now basically this course can no longer be promoted by new affiliates, and current affiliates have been removed. Now, it's possible also to set up certain courses for affiliate promotion through your shopping cart. For example, we have already set up our ThriveCart system using Zapier so that customers that purchase through ThriveCart will be delivered to our Thinkific account. That means then that we could administer an affiliate program through ThriveCart. What we're going to do in order to undertake this is we're going to go into our products. We're then going to select our product. What we're then going to do is we're going to go to the tab that says Affiliates. We're then going to click on, do you want affiliates to promote this product? We're going to tick it. What we're then going to do is we're going to set up our commission percentage. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up how long the waiting period will be for the affiliate. Once we do that, we will then click Save. What we can then do is to set up our affiliate options. Now we may want it so that when an affiliate signs up, we want to manually approve that affiliate. What we can then do is to determine how the affiliate is going to be credited, whether they're going to be credited as the first cookie or the last cookie. The default is going to be the last cookie. And we can determine how long the cookie lasts. So in this case, the default is going to be considered to be lifetime. We can change it if we want. What you then want to do is you want to place the link here where the affiliate's link is going to be directing their customer. And so generally this is going to be your sales page where the buy button will be where they'll be credited for a sale. We'll then determine whether this product is going to be shown on the affiliate's dashboard. We'll then determine whether the affiliate can set their own tracking code as well as their own bonus delivery URL. What we're now going to do is click Save. What we're then going to do is click Save. ThriveCart will then give you a set of links. You'll have an affiliate sign-up URL. You'll also have an affiliate URL. What we're going to do is to copy the affiliate sign-up URL. And when the affiliate clicks the link in order to sign up to make application to promote your product, this is the URL they are going to see. And what they'll need to do is they'll need to either sign up and register as an affiliate or use their existing affiliate account with ThriveCart. To sign up, they will need to fill in their pertinent details. They'll then see this screen stating that they are signed up for this affiliate program. They'll need to agree to the disclosure and then click Confirm their registration. Now in that person's affiliate dashboard, they'll have all of their activity and their statistics. Now once the individual becomes our affiliate, one thing that we can do is we can allow all of our other products to be promoted. And so we can either auto-approve them for all the products so that whenever they apply to promote a product, they'll always be approved, or we can approve them one by one. So for example, we can approve all of our existing products. We can also then go back to approve them for all of our products. But in order to do that, if we were to click on Allow Other Products, you'll notice then that it says that this affiliate is already approved for all of our live products. What you'll need to do is you'll need to go inside of your affiliate options. You'll need to then revoke access. And then what you'll need to do is you'll need to go and click Allow Other Products. And then you're going to auto approve for all products. And basically then what that's going to do is that whenever you have future products, this individual will automatically be approved for them. Now another aspect of using a system like Thrivecart is that we can make materials available to our affiliates. So for example, if we want to make promo materials available for a specific product, we can do that. If we want to add in swipe copy, banners, videos, or even HTML code that will help them to promote better, we can do that, and we can make it product specific. And finally, one aspect of this process is that we can keep in contact with our affiliates. And we can do that by setting up a rule to have individuals added to any autoresponder that we have set up with Thrivecart. Now in this case, we have already integrated our GetResponse autoresponder with Thrivecart. That means then that we can have individuals who apply for our products to be added to a specific list. We can also make it so that it is product specific. So for example, we can make it so that an individual that wants to promote a specific product can be added to a specific list with this rule. And all we'll need to do then is click Save Affiliate Rule. This rule then will be permanent so that when an individual signs up to promote this product, they'll be added then to a specific list. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you either in another process or in another course.